Good afternoon, everyone. We're back again with the Las Vegas, technically real estate update here from Xpand Realty. It's Randy Hatada, broker for Xpand Realty, and we have a special guest. Anyway, we think he's special. His name's Daniel Kalai, and he's also an agent here. Say hello, Daniel.
How's it?
Daniel's a little shy, so we're gonna get him warmed up as we go. Um, we have a couple things to talk about, and we're gonna change it up, and we're gonna talk a little bit about football, and that's why Daniel's here. As you can see, he's a groomed football player, right? Or used to be, or what is it?
Used to be, I guess.
Yeah. So he knows a little bit about football and very in tune. In fact, we went on a camping trip, and that evening he had his what is it, fantasy draft?
Fantasy draft.
Who'd you end up with? Number one pick.
Devontae Adams. I skipped out on Zeke.
Good. Well, I'm not gonna tell you, but he's a Cowboys fan, and we're gonna get a little bit into that. We give him a hard time about that later on today. But with that, how are you feeling about this market, Dan?
The market is hot. It's still going good. I'm sure everybody's busy right now. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how, where we're going to go in the next 6 months, to be honest.
Yeah, there's some volatility going on. Daniel's one of our top agents. He does a good volume, and he's in the field every day, so he's a good source of information as well. We both come from similar worlds, but we have different perspectives on what we see in the field, and that's why it's good to have multiple viewpoints, right?
Yep.
All right, we agree on something. With that, market update as far as August 2021. If you're comparing to last year this time, we're in a completely different market. We're still in the technically the pandemic, unfortunately. But based on what's going on right now, uh, our units sold has gone up by 10%. So that's a good thing. But it went down from last month by 4%. So less transactions being done. However, as far as like listings has come down as well from last month, about 2.3%. So it's kind of correlated to transactions. And without the listings, it's hard to get buyers accepted. And you probably know a little bit about that, right?
Yeah.
You're dealing with a lot of buyers right now,
Yeah,
too.
mainly buyers.
And what are you seeing in the field with the buyers?
Multiple offers, people paying above appraisal. It's really tough, to be honest. So I think that's where experience comes into play. Just uh, I've actually had a couple of my deals get accepted, and we weren't the highest offer. And I think that's simply, for the listing agent and sellers, it's a peace of mind in knowing that we can navigate and get the job done.
What do you do? Tell them who you are.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, we have fun over here, but as far as like our average price point, we're still looking at what is it, 405,000. As far as not average, median price point. So with that, like if you're at a median price point of 405, what we have been noticing is that the median listing price has gone up. And when you talk about median listing price, we've gone up. That has gone up about 1.4%. However, what I've seen to be true is that the people asking for above market are not getting the traction as far as listings asking market value. And a lot of the time, and you can jump in when you're ready. When we consult sellers, we talk about listing strategy, and do we go with the old, sorry, not old, durations and adjust at the real price, or do we go on par with market value and try to get it done with multiple offers, or do we come in a little low and entice a bidding war? And so, with those different strategies, we've seen different results. And what we've noticed, going backwards a little bit, is that the higher listings have been adjusting back down to earth, back down to median value, and that's been quite a trend. Have you been seeing the same thing?
Yeah, and I think so more, you could maybe list a little low to spur up activity and stuff on like that median price point. But as you get higher in above that median price point and the average price point and stuff, I think a better option would be to probably list closer to what the market says it's worth, because I have a couple of listings above 600, and they've been kind of sitting for a little bit for that reason, and then now we're kind of recalibrating and trying to figure out what to do. But typically, if you list it at market value, you spur up the activity and stuff, and it should sell quick.
Yeah, I'm kind of having the same result, especially in that price point, which is a little harder to sell. And the truth is that in the 600,000 price point, a lot of our buyers are coming from out of state, and so um, it's been a little harder to start aggressively and getting traction and momentum and people bidding. But as far as the affordable price point, somewhere in the 300s or less, anything listed at market or under, we're still averaging probably 15 to 30 offers per property, and we're still in yesterday's crazy sellers market with bidding wars and just highly competitive nature. Even down to our condos. I listed a 3-bedroom yesterday at about 180, and we had about 6 offers, and they were all pretty much except for one over list. So we're still seeing traction there. Today we're at about a 1 month supply of inventory, which is a step up from earlier this year. Which gives buyers a little bit more opportunity. Have you been successful, like getting your buyers accepted that's been shopping for quite some time?
Yeah, and I think, it's one of those things that and I think success is in the preparation. So when they initially come to me, I kind of let them know that, we're in an aggressive market, and we're not going to, the reality is we're not going to find something overnight, but if they could just, keep at it and be patient, that, eventually we will be able to find what they can. And for those buyers who stuck around, we're starting to get their offers accepted and whatnot.
You see Daniel's football is coming out. Success is in the preparation. But what you don't know about Daniel is he does have a background in financing, so he does know a thing or two about numbers. And I actually defer back to him about sometimes like spreadsheets and return on investment calculations and stuff like that, because why not use an expert, right? Anyways, moving on. The condo market, which is different than the single family market, it has even a lesser supply, which has swung around because in the beginning of COVID, like there were more condo availability than there was single families. And right now, condo availability is down to 0.8 month supply, which is much less than single families at a 1 month supply. You've been dealing with any condos lately?
Yeah, I think the reason for that is because of the fact that as prices are going up and stuff, people who were, potentially like on the fence and able to qualify for a home and stuff are now having to consider condos because of the fact that they're either getting priced out or they're just not being able to get their offers accepted.
Right. Yep. And back to the list price versus median sales price. Just to give you some correlation and some facts on what we're telling you is that our median price of new listings today is 425, but our actual median price of sales are 405. So what does that tell you, right? People that are listing a little higher are coming down and selling at a more realistic number, right? So when you got the moral of that story is that when you consult with your listing agent, make sure you pick a good one that's highly educated on what this market is doing and what the outcome is. Because as far as law of averages, I've studied this very heavily and found that sellers get better results by starting at market or a little below it rather than starting high and then leaving room for negotiation room. And at the end of the day, if there was a comparison, the property that started at a more accurate market value number ended up with a higher sales price in the end versus the high listing that adjusted down. So just food for thought, really. And this is for averages, guys. So if you're in a specific segment, make sure to consult with your realtor and get the actual data so you can make better decisions. Because again, when you talk law of averages, this doesn't theoretically apply to every segment, and every segment should be treated a little different. if we were talking about the luxury market, we would probably consult you a lot differently as well. Any thoughts on that?
Nope, you hit it on the nose.
Yeah, all right, right on the nose. You heard that? Now he's a boxer. As far as this is all about offer trends and stuff like that. Like as far as like representing the buyer side, like how are you getting them accepted?
And this the crazy thing is, like I said, a lot of my buyers, we've been in the market for a while now, so they're seasoned, they know how it works and whatnot. And what I found that's been working is just being the first. The early bird gets the worm, and there's some truth to that. I literally just closed on 2 deals where, within hours of it being listed, we come in with a strong offer and stuff. And a lot of times these listing agents are letting the listings carry to the weekend and stuff like that. But when you give them something to actually really consider, that might be the difference in you getting an offer accepted or not. And I mean, luckily we were able to lock them up.
So timing is
timing
major, right?
is huge right now for buyers.
I think the second part to that is communicating to that other agent, the strength of your buyer and that you're working with a professional and all good stuff, right? That some confidence to take them rather than wait for something that may never come.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, I'm sure you do with a lot of that as well. And then, like you said, preparation, coming in with a strong pre-approval letter or proof of funds if it's cash, and getting on board with your lenders, guys. Like lenders are half the battle. So us realtors, when we use good lenders, a lot of them will proactively call the listing agent and say, "Hey, I got a great buyer. We already have underwritten approval or whatever it is, and I don't expect any complications." And the strength of that call goes a long way. And I know that being a listing agent, that when I get a responsible call like that, that's proactive, I know I'm probably going to be dealing with a pretty good lender that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. And a lot of that is the presentation is everything and stuff. There's a couple of times where I've sent offers and the listing agents are like, "Oh, I really appreciate the clean offer." When I send the offer, it's with the pre-approval. And I copy the lender in there to make sure that they can put their 2 cents in and let them know that it's not just a pre-qualification letter, but they've actually been vetted, you know what I mean? And all their financials have been looked at and stuff, so they're for real. And yeah, like I said, I've had some listing agents, they thank me for, sending over such a clean offer and organized presentation. So that goes a long way as well in this market.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen you do it. Daniel's OCD, guys. But by the way, you got a hair coming out. Just messing with him because that would drive him nuts. Well, moving on. Like another trend that's going on today is that we're not seeing so many iBuyers. They're pretty much out of the market at this point. We do see hedge funds in their place though. But as far as like the iBuyers, really what they are flipping companies. They buy, put out an expense sheet, and charge a little more expenses so they can actually flip the home. We don't see as many, probably because of the state of the market that we're in. Have you been seeing any out there?
Not as much. And I think it's because, right now everybody's paying a premium and stuff. So with that, I mean, their main objective is to turn a profit and stuff. But when you got people paying $20, $30, $50,000 above appraisal, you know what I mean? It's hard to compete with that.
Yeah, and I think there's some potential volatility going on right now, and a lot of people are trying to navigate where this market are going because we do expect more inventory, guys. So if you're a buyer out there, like heads up, be ready, and I think you'll have more opportunity as this eviction thing goes through. And if you haven't, if you're not sure what's going on with our eviction moratorium, I would suggest going back to our the prior YouTube video where we talked about the repercussions on the federal eviction moratorium expiring and what's happening with the local eviction moratorium, which is just basically a delay. But at the end of the day, if the tenants don't get rental assistance and they're not paying rent, they're eventually going to be pushed out and maybe through eviction, which will potentially lead to a lot more listings and inventory for our buyers. And on the flip side, if you're a seller, you might want to think about listing sooner and later, simply for the fact that there's more inventory coming, more competition. And on the flip side, the holidays are coming around, right?
Mhm.
Vegas has been very contrarian to the national market where the holidays haven't affected us as much as other areas. And I can see why, like, if you live on the East Coast, not hating on the East Coast, but you guys got snow up there, and it's probably a lot harder to do business with if you can't drive the streets, right? And look at houses and all of the above. So beyond just eating food for Thanksgiving and celebrating Christmas and New Year's and Christmas Eve, I think the weather conditions have a lot to play with that. Um, I wanted to get into new builds just a little bit. What I've been seeing is that in this, so we're talking about resales all this time, guys. When you talk about new builds, starting prices would probably be in the 430, 440 mark. That's kind of your bread and butter where new builds start. And what you guys should know is that, and I'm not knocking new builders, but there are a lot of marketing strategies they're using. And right now, one of the strategies is that, hey, here's your base price, but by the way, there's a lot premium that you have to additionally pay for, which adds to that base price, regardless if you want it or not. But have you noticed that even if there are new builders out there, even with them, they're still hard to get accepted on offers.
Yeah. So like you said, with the, for one, I've seen a few communities doing where they have the buyers outbid each other on the lot premium just to get a lot. You know what I mean? And then others are doing like lottery drawings and stuff. And so, I mean, even there, it's tough.
Yeah, so some of the builders are doing, kind of like an auction style, highest bidder for the lot gets the contract. Some are doing like lottery style. You just put your number in a pool, and if you get picked, you get to write a contract. Some are doing the old-fashioned chronological style, where if you're number 40, you got to wait for 39 people before you get an opportunity to write an offer. Um, and the other thing that's going on is a lot of the incentives are minimal in today's world because most buyers are just lucky to get contracted on a brand new home. Um, but with all of this is just a few things going on. There's a lot more than that, and even with the acceptance of getting into contract, a realtor can really help you guys. I know a lot of the buyers are going direct to builders, and to me, there's a big conflict because the sales rep on behalf of that developer represents the developer. In essence, the buyer, when they go into that sales office, yeah, you feel nice and cozy with that sales agent, but they don't represent you. All their interest is for the seller. They actually get paid by the seller. They get incentivized by the seller. So there's a conflict of interest because there is either no representation because they can't truly dually represent you and be paid salary as an employee from the builder. So that's just for starters. Any thoughts on that part?
Nope, you hit it.
Yeah. Some of the other things is that we help the sell buyers understand contract review timing. We attend the frame walks and closing walks. We introduce them to inspectors if need be and other trades if need be to protect them from the developer themselves. But even though you're under warranty, some things aren't fixable. And second of all, like there's a lot of things in the contract that are one-sided. So like for example, if the builder had in there, if we make a mistake and you don't catch it by closing day and we're missing a bedroom, it's too bad. You got to move forward on that property. So understanding what you're buying before it closes is so major. And then trying to get things fixed before closing, because unfortunately, what I've noticed to be true in today's market is that builders tend to be a little bit slacking on the follow-up 1 year warranty in the timeliness of fixing those items that was outstanding. Have you had the same experience?
Well, and it's not even just that.
Not all builders, by the way,
Yeah.
guys. Just some of our
But
experiences.
I've been seeing a lot of when we come to the final walkthrough, I mean, the reality is these houses aren't even ready yet. You know what I mean? And so I can only imagine what that 1 year warranty, what kind of job they're getting there as well. But yeah.
Just so you guys know, most builders will offer, and the nice thing about brand new homes is that they are offering usually 1 year bumper to bumper warranties, potentially a 2 year limited warranty on mechanical items, and normally a 7 to 10 structural warranty to protect you against settling and those type of areas. So that's a good thing. And a lot of what you guys don't know if you've already bought a new home is that A lot of the HVAC, the AC systems are subcontracted through major companies, and beyond the builder warranty, if you subscribe directly to the manufacturer's warranty, you can extend the warranty on your AC. Another cool thing about new builders that you might not know, and which is why maybe a realtor can really add value to you, is that the new codes are requiring builders to add sprinkler systems to the houses today, and it's a big deal. Not only just for your safety, but you also get like a 10% discount on homeowner's insurance, but you gotta let them know, stuff like that. So uh, amongst value-driven things, these are just a couple points, but I could bore you for days on how much ways a good realtor can help you with new builds. So I'm gonna end this and finalize it with something very important. In fact, the most important part of today. So how about those Bucks?
That was a good game.
It was a big Thursday night game, opening football for the NFL. And I don't know if you guys know this. I will be bold enough to share this with you. I'm a Buccaneers fan, and like because they won the Super Bowl last year, I've been having a lot of haters, bandwagon, or how long have you jumped on the Buccaneers? And I'm like, where were you when I was posting for the first 15 years, and everybody was giving me grief about it, and laughing that I like that team and why. So I've been through that as well. I have my scars to prove it. You can go back and look at my old Facebook posts and see all the criticism behind that. So I'm the real deal over here. With that, Daniel was supposed to bring his Cowboys jersey because he's a Cowboys fan. And he's like, no way I'm doing that, when he came out of the car. I even reminded him this morning, don't forget your jersey. What happened, dude?
You know what, man? I'm proud of my boys. We played good last night. Dak came back. At the end of the day, you can't give Brady a minute and a half left in the game, and I already knew it when I saw the time on the clock. But you know what? That I've been waiting a long time for football to start up, and no better way. Last night was a great game.
Great way to deflect. I'm dissing on the Cowboys, but not really. I'm just giving Daniel a hard time. Cowboys are more hated than the Buccaneers, so you probably go through your love as well. But with that, it was the best game I've seen in a very long time. Happened to be opening game, and could have gone your way. I mean, I will admit that. I thought we were gonna lose. Like,
I already knew when we scored, and a minute and a half, I'm like, dude, you can't give Brady, like, this is what he does right here. Watch him, you know what I mean? And sure enough, he did what he does.
I was just talking to Ingrid, and I'm like, I'm gonna bust Daniel's chops and tell him about how bad the Cowboys did, and she's like, don't even act, fool. Your butt cheeks are sore from squeezing last night. The truth is they were. So that's why I'm sitting like this anyway. But with that, like, hey, kudos to the Cowboys. They played a good game. They played up to what people expect of them. And I've been watching their Hard Knocks. It's pretty entertaining, guys. But I didn't expect Dak to come out like that, man. Like, he looks good. He looks healthy. I mean, he's not running yet.
Yeah.
But then again, he is playing against the Buccaneers, so I wouldn't do that either.
How is that defensive lineman Vita Vea? Oh God, for you guys.
Oh, animal,
dude.
Animal.
I wish we had him on our team.
It's like a dump truck just coming through.
Yeah, he's unblockable.
But anyways, the reason we're bringing this up is because football is a big deal, especially in Las Vegas. And put all the fun aside, although I'm still gonna have fun, with Daniel after this. Football's been a big impact in Las Vegas. A lot of people talk about the Raiders effect. By the way, have you been able to put on the black and silver?
I have not. You know what? I love our town. I support all our teams. I will not find me with a Raiders jersey on. I'm sorry.
You know what? I personally have season tickets as well, and it's been hard. Like, people have given me a couple shirts and hats and stuff like that, and I can't put it on. I've been a Bo Jackson fan pretty much all my life, but not necessarily a Raiders fan. And I hate to admit that on public, whatever this is, but it's the truth. I mean, like, how do you deal with that? Are you guys dealing with this too? Like, we live in Las Vegas, so we never had a home team. But now that we do, you probably already have a whole team. Like, is it like this loyal to jump on another team and wear another uniform, right? Like, are you dealing with this conflict? Because I know I am. I have the pressure. I feel pressure. Like on my media, I don't even talk about the Buccaneers on my professional site just because we have the Raiders now. It's the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, how you dealing with that, man?
You know what? I support the Raiders. I do. I mean, just like with the Knights and stuff. I mean, it's the energy. I mean, just look now. Watch the first regular season game. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? And so I love that the fact that it brings that energy to the town. But I'm a loyal Cowboys fan, so it's just one of those things, you know.
I mean, I'm trying to justify this thing, like this is home team for us now, and I am, like I said, a Buccaneers fan, which means that I'm a Gruden fan. So if there's any consolation, at least we got our old coach that I love. I'm a big Gruden. I'm a big Chucky fan. I am. But still, I can put on a black shirt, but the emblem, I'm struggling with it. Oh, by the way, you guys, Daniel bought a gray truck, and he was gonna put a Raiders.
No, I was not gonna.
He was gonna put on a Raiders like
Golden Knights
license plate surrounding thing. But what? You didn't do it, right?
No.
You thought about it.
No. Hey, it would look nice. It would look.
Mr. OCD, black and silver, it would have looked real good.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it.
So he has a golden Knights one that doesn't match the rest of his truck, you guys. So if you see that on the street, honk your horn because, hey, how come your colors don't match? Give him a hard time. But as far as like football and real estate and professional sports and real estate, just before we end, let's have a quick discussion about that. Like, you see the correlation?
Yeah, it's a game changer. I mean, it started with the Golden Knights and stuff, and then now with the Raiders. And I can only imagine that in the near future, we're probably gonna have some other professional franchises out here, and that's huge for this town. Just now, people are moving here, the town is growing, and just the atmosphere. I mean, even with the Raiders, like I said, even though it's not my team, you can't deny that. I mean, the whole town has rallied around them, and I mean, it's crazy to just feel the energy when you go to the stadium and
There's
stuff.
some kind of magic.
Yeah, there is absolutely, and so for that reason, I like that. And like I said, I support them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the Cowboys are my squad, and so I'm gonna stay true with them.
You heard it. We'll watch what he does. He's gonna give into the pressure, I think, but we'll see. We'll see if Daniel cracks.
Yeah.
I might. I'm not gonna lie, but I might take two teams.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how long can I hold out. Because it is home team, bro.
It is.
And
we're gonna be at the game for
we
sure.
happen to both be from Hawaii, but
Yeah.
this is home for us, right now, and it is what it is. We have a team. But yeah, like it started with the Golden Knights, and the Golden Knights really not only did they corral Las Vegas to have a common denominator and believe in something. But it just happened to happen right after that incident at Mandalay Bay, and like the timing was impeccable. I mean, hashtag Vegas stronger. And I think the Knights had a lot to do with the healing process, and just getting the city together with again, one common cause to rally for. And you could feel it if you went to one of those games, and if you haven't, in fact, Lacey's out there. Lacey's gonna come with me to the next game, and it's undeniable. You feel that sense of bonding, and we've never really had that feeling in Vegas. You always kind of was like a loner, and everybody fend for yourself kind of feeling prior to that. Feels a lot more like some sense of family out there, right?
Yep.
You feel the same thing.
Absolutely.
And I think the Raiders just, exponentially doing the same. But with that, Daniel's right. A lot of people are coming to town. A lot of people are coming to town for the Raiders. So the Raiders effect is true to some point. With that, we're just about the time that we wanted to be at as far as wrapping up. If you guys have been writing any questions or concerns, I apologize because I haven't addressed that. I don't have a screen to look at right now, but we'll respond to you if you guys did. So in the future, this is live, but this is still archived. It's still, hopefully you guys watch it. Hopefully it adds value. And, put in your comments, thoughts, concerns, and we'll be happy to address that. Um, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. Check it out because this is what we'll be doing. We'll have fun, but at the same time, we're gonna try and drive some good value back to you on what's going on with the city. Was that fun, Dan?
That was fun.
All right, guys. You take care. Have a happy
Hello, Friday.
Aloha Friday.
All right, guys.
All right.